What is up, guys? This is Welty Tech and welcome to my first video on this channel. Now, my channel, guys, could basically be about technology videos. Obviously you might have been able to tell that from my channel name, but yeah, it's basically about technology videos such as gaming, PC builds, all that kind of stuff. So I hope you enjoy my content, guys. This video will be about a £450 gaming / video editing PC build which I've built recently, and I'm basically going to share you my views on this PC and maybe help you with your next PC purchase or not, depending on obviously what you feel of this video. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoy it first of all, and let's get into how this video is going to go about, guys. So first of all, I'm going to list all the components on the screen for you. Now I'm going to explain you each component in more detail. We're then going to go on some video editing benchmarks, show you how this PC performs video editing wise in HD, video editing, high intensity, and finally I'm going to show you some gaming benchmarks with the latest games and how this graphic card and the computer in general performs with it. So guys, let's get on to the components in this PC build. Okay guys, so here are the components listed on the screen. First, we've got a AMD FX A320 Black Edition 8 core with a speed of 3.5 GHz processor, which cost me £106. The motherboard is an Asus M5A78LM USB 3 motherboard, which is micro ATX and is a socket AM3 Plus, and it cost me £48. The RAM is a Corsair Vengeance 8GB 2x4GB slots card, with a DDR3 1600 MHz 65, which cost me £65. The optical drive is a Samsung SATA DVD writer, which has a write speed of 24 times, which cost me £13. The hard disk drive is a Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB 7200 RPM, which cost £44. The graphics card is a Gamewood Nvidia GeForce GTX 460, which cost £70. The power supply is Antec True Power 650W bronze certified, which is £50. And finally, guys, the case is an Antec GX700 mid tower case, which costs £50. So guys, now I'm going to go through each component individually and explain you them in more detail. Okay guys, so first of all, here we have is the processor. It is obviously the AMD FX A320 processor, which has a clock speed of 3.5 GHz and can be overclocked to around 4.0 GHz, but I haven't had any experience in overclocking, so I wouldn't know, but maybe I'll have a video in the future about overclocking. It's got a total of 8 MB for level 2 and level 3 cache. It obviously supports a socket of AM3 Plus, and it gives off 125 wattage of power. So it does run a bit hotter, guys, than some of the Intel counterparts, but as long as you've got a decent heatsink and fan, then there'll be no problems whatsoever. I've heard people say on the internet, the standard heatsink that comes with the processor isn't good enough, and I can tell you guys, it's good enough for standard use, guys, but if you're overclocking, obviously you get a aftermarket cooler, and the only thing is it does get a bit loud sometimes, but you will get used to it in the end, and it shouldn't impact you. And it's definitely one of the best value for money processors out there, guys. If you go on a website called CPU Benchmark, it'll give you all the benchmarks of the latest CPUs, and basically all of them, most of them that are out at the moment, and show you how they compare value for money wise. And this is definitely one of the best value for money processors out at the moment for price performance ratio. So yeah, definitely recommend that site. And I did get this processor from Amazon, plus I got a lot of the other components from Amazon as well, guys, and some from eBay. So yeah, they're two sites I definitely recommend looking at for cheap things, but also other sites as well will have good deals from time to time. So guys, on to the motherboard then. This is Asus M5A78LM USB 3, which is a micro ATX motherboard, guys. So as long as you've got a case which supports a micro ATX case, which would be any of the standard ATX cases plus the micro ATX cases, mid tower cases, then yeah, it should definitely support it. It supports a CPU up to 140 watts, and a couple more details. It's obviously got a integrated ATI Radeon HD 3000 GPU onboard graphics, which is not good enough, guys. You need a dedicated graphics card. And obviously, if you want to find out all the information of the motherboard, go on the dedicated Asus website and type the motherboard specific motherboard name, and you'll see all the details. So onto the RAM, guys. It's 8GB, 2x4GB cards, DDR5 memory kit, which has a standard speed of 1600 MHz. Now going back onto the motherboard side of things, the motherboard supports 1333 MHz without overclocking as is standard. But if you want to overclock, you can get 2000 out of the RAM. But obviously, the standard thing is 1600, so I don't think you'll be able to do that. But you might be able to. I don't really know about the RAM a lot, but yeah, if you want to do some more research on that, then that's up to you. On to the CD drive then, guys, which is a Samsung retail SATA DVD writer 24 times write speed. It's basically a very good CD drive for its price, guys. Obviously some alternatives are a Blu-ray drive, which you can get very cheap nowadays, but I didn't really see the need to go with a Blu-ray drive. Obviously I just didn't really need to, so I went for a standard CD drive, and it's actually one of the first bestseller in internal DVD burners on Amazon, and it only costs £13, so it's an absolute steal, and definitely good enough, obviously your standard CDs and that, and it will copy and burn DVDs. So onto the hard drive, guys. It's a Western Digital 1TB SATA hard drive, Caviar Blue model. It's got a very good speed of 7,200 RPM as stated earlier, and it's basically got very good performance and reliability for everyday computing. It's very cool, and it's very quiet as well, so you will hardly hear it. And yeah, I just recommend it, guys. It's very good, and I got it for a very good price of £44, and it's definitely a good alternative to an SSD drive, which is very expensive. Obviously, even the lower capacity drives, such as 120GB drives, cost at least £100, guys. So it's definitely a good alternative to an SSD drive. So, guys, onto the graphics card. As I said before, I did get this from my dad from the computer. Or did I say it before? I did actually. I don't think I did say it, but I did actually get this from my dad's old computer. So this graphics card obviously ain't one of the best out at the moment. It's probably a mid-range graphics card, maybe mid to high. But it's basically a Game World model, GeForce GTX NVIDIA 460, which has just over 1GB of memory, GDDR5. And I definitely recommend it, guys. Obviously, I've experienced this card in my computer, and it's plays Skyrim on high settings with no lag whatsoever. And it also plays games such as Assassin's Creed, Black Flag on mid to high, depending on if you've got anti-aliasing setting on or off. So yeah, guys, it's definitely a good value for money card, and obviously it ranges from £50 to £100, guys. I couldn't really find the exact demand because it changed all the time. But obviously, some alternatives are to go for with the Gigabyte edition instead of the Game World, which would be a good alternative. But yeah. Okay, now, guys, on to the power supply. It is an Antec 650 watt true power supply. It's a very good power supply. It's bronze certified. It's a very good power supply for your money. It basically does its job well, which is power the components, and it's done a very good job for me so far. It hasn't died on me yet, so yeah, it's a very good power supply, and I do recommend it. So, guys, on to the last part, which is the case, which is an Antec GX700 case. And what I can say about this case, really, guys, is it's a very good looking case in my opinion. Obviously, everyone's opinion differs, but it's a mid-tower case. It supports standard ATX and micro ATX motherboards. It's also got you also don't need to use tools, guys, really, for the inside of the case. You can basically put a hard drive in and just slot it in with the slot without having to use a screwdriver or anything, which is very handy. And yeah, I think it's a very good looking case. It's got a lot of good features. It's got 2 times USB 3 ports as well. It's also got a stereo fan controller, which is very handy. So yeah, definitely a very good case, guys. And it normally comes with a free fans pre-fitted, guys, which is always good. And yeah, it definitely does the job for getting rid of the heat from the computer and keeping it nice and cool. So, guys, I've just gone through all the components individually then, and now I'm going to actually show you what this computer looks like from my perspective, obviously I built the computer, so I'm going to show you inside. And after we did that, I'm going to show you some how this computer performs with video editing and some gaming benchmarks. So I'll be back in a sec, guys. Okay guys, so here's my computer build up close. As you can see, this is the front of the Antec case. Obviously here, let's just move this light. I've got a light here just because it's quite dark in my room. There's the Samsung optical drive. Obviously the front base, there's the light indicating the power and that. That's where all the dust collects. You can just take it out with the thumb screws there and get all the dust out. But anyway, that's the front anyway. That's another view of it there, just a bit behind there. Look at the back before we open it up to the side. Just open this up quickly. Also got a few things connected, so might go this way. As you can see, I've got a couple of connectors there. You've got some cable organisers there at the back. All the normal slots, internet cable. There's a HDMI going into the graphics card. Obviously normal power supply, but let's just open this up quickly, guys. Taking the screws out, thumb screws, and I'll show you what's in the computer, which we've just been discussing earlier. So I'll just take the case off quickly, move that to one side, and here it is, guys, inside. So as you can see, the cables ain't really organised that well, but it works for me, and I'll probably end up sorting it out a bit better at a later stage, but it works well for now. So as you can see, firstly we've got the hard drive, the Western Digital Caviar Blue hard drive mounted there. Let's just try and light this up a bit better, guys. That's a bit better. As you can see, there's a Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB hard drive. Now going across, we've got the True Power 650 watt Antec power supply. All the cables there are mucked up. Obviously the hard drives are connected via SATA cables, which are located down there. Quite hard to see, but are there. We've also got the fans that are already pre-lit here. We've got a fan there, so I'll just try and light this up for you. A fan there, and fans at the top there. There's two there. Might be hard to see, but they are there. We've obviously got the graphics card there, the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 460, the Game World Edition version. It's hard to see the front, but it's definitely Game World. We've obviously got the main motherboard, the Asus M5A 78LM USB 3 motherboard. It's quite a good looking motherboard. It's micro ATX, obviously. It's a quite small one. I've got quite a bit of room there. We've got the Corsair Vengeance 8GB, 2x4GB slots, which look very nice indeed. And then we've got the processor obviously under this heatsink, which is very, well, quite loud, which I was mentioning, but you do get used to it. You probably realise how loud it is by this video. But the fan's on high speed. Let me just turn it down a bit and show you. So just much that, guys. Wait a minute. As you can see here, there's a fan thing up here. Then you control your speed up there. So I'll put it to medium. As you can see, it'll obviously get a bit quiet because the fans ain't spinning as fast. That one actually goes off the rear fan. Actually, I think that turns the fans off. So the middle one turns the fans off. I didn't realise that till now. But let's go to the low one. I think this one just don't go to a low speed. So the top one, if you think about getting this computer, the top one will turn the fan on at the fastest speed. The middle one will turn it off, and the lower one will put it on the lower setting. So that's about it really, guys. Also I've got my optical drive from the back there, connected via SATA, motherboard, RAM, obviously processor, heatsink, graphics card, fans, power supply, obviously optical drive and hard drive. So that's basically it, guys. Just a rundown of my computer. I hope you enjoyed this part, guys, and coming up is the gaming benchmarks and the testing out video editing. Thanks for watching so far, guys. Welcome back, guys. Welcome to some game benchmarks now. I'm just going to be doing a benchmark of the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. So here I am just going through the settings now, just showing you that I've set this to highest setting, and obviously there's my graphics adapter NVIDIA GeForce GTX 460, playing it at full 1080p resolution, 60 frames per second, everything's set at high resolution. And now I'm going to go into the game, and I'm going to show you how, and benchmark how many frames per second we get. So as you can see guys, I'm getting a steady 60 frames per second in Skyrim with this graphics card combined with this processor in the PC in general. So that's pretty good considering this is a mid to high range graphics card. It does handle games like that, like Skyrim, very well. And you might see the odd frame drop or two, but you really won't notice it, and it's basically just really good. And obviously this is me recording from the HD PVR Rocket, so in game obviously looks much better, and obviously YouTube downgrades the quality anyway. So I'm just going to keep showing you a bit more gameplay then. I'm going to show you this bit now. We'll actually get into some melee combat, which obviously stresses the game and the CPU and the graphics card even more with the more that's happening in the game. And you're probably wondering why the wolves are actually damaging me that much. Well, I've got it on set on legendary difficulty, so I'm pretty early in the game. I only play it when I feel like it really. But yeah, as you can see, it handles it very well at a constant 60 frames per second. And as I said, it might drop the odd frame or two, but it really ain't noticeable in game. And it's just a really good experience when you can play a game at 60 frames per second without worrying it about dropping say 20 or 30 frames. And it's very good considering obviously this ain't the very top tier graphics card in this system. So just showing you a bit more of this gameplay then. As you can see in the top left hand corner, it's still staying at 60, which is obviously I'm using the Fraps counter to help me track the benchmark, what frames per second the game is at. As you can see that nice kill there against that wolf there. Welcome back to the final part of this video guys, and I really appreciate you all that's tuned into it and watched it all so far. As I know it's been a long video, but yeah, I hope you've learnt a lot from it, and I hope you've obviously enjoyed it, and I hope it's been of value to you. But anyway, let's get into the last part of this video then guys, which is how well this PC copes with video editing. So as you can see here guys, I've actually put into Sony Vegas, which is the software I'm using to test the render, which is obviously a well known video editing program. I basically put the whole video that you've just seen of Skyrim that I recorded, which is 6 minutes and 5 seconds, into it, and I'm going to render the whole thing in full 1080p, 70 megabytes per second, which is very good quality, to really show you how well this computer copes with video editing in general. And obviously the main things that are used with video editing are the RAM, which I've got 8 gig RAM, the processor and the graphics card. So that's the things you really got to focus on. But as you can see, I'm just going through the settings here, showing you I've set it to full HD 1080p, converting it to MP4, and as you can see, the percentage bar will soon go up. And you've got to remember guys, I'm recording this video while I was editing this as well with the HD PVR Rocket, so that takes a bit of stress to the CPU as well. Obviously video editing is one of the most intensive things a computer can do, so speeds can improve as well with if you're not recording at the same time. But as you can see, it's gone up very steadily, 3% already, which is brilliant. And you'll see just at the time it stops, as you see there, it stops just over 14 minutes for just over a 6-minute video in full 1080p in very good quality, 70 megabits per second, which is brilliant guys. So yeah, I definitely recommend this computer guys, this PC build. Definitely if you got the money, I'd definitely build it for value for money. You definitely won't disappoint you, and it's just a very good budget gaming and video editing PC. And when you compare it to the high-end PC builds such as the i7 47K, high-end graphics card and more RAM, definitely don't lose out too much on that part. And obviously with the especially for video editing with the extra threads and extra cores. It definitely excels on multi-threading applications. It don't obviously do as well with gaming in general compared to the Intel, but it's still a very good gaming machine, guys, and I definitely recommend it, guys. So thank you very much for watching, guys, especially all of you that have watched all this video so far, and I'll be bringing out more videos in the near future. Thank you again. See you later.